Webheads, it's never too early to start that pull list. Stay tuned to see what my top 10 most anticipated comics are. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. I'm your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions of what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I'm bringing you the top 10 most anticipated comic books. This is for June 10th. 2020. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week. And fans, there's some great comic books getting ready to come out this particular week. So at any time, fans, make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any notifications from me. And if you want to show that extra support to the channel, please hit that join button on my homepage, as you, the fans, will get all kinds of extra goodies and perks. So let's kick off this countdown, guys, kicking it off with the book that's on the hot seat. That's right. This is a book that I could try. I could drop it at any minute. It's on the hot seat. And this one, it goes to a book I haven't read at all, but I need to read this particular book, guys. And this one is Legion issue 6. You know why? Because we are getting the introduction to the Gold Lantern Corps. Yes, Brian Michael Bendis is releasing the Gold Lantern Corps. Who are these characters? What is the main guy here? What's their purpose in the DC universe? I have to see what this is all about. And I'm curious if we'll get a whole story about these particular characters, or we're just going to see a little bit of them at the end of the issue, or if we're going to even get an ongoing series with a Green Lantern or a Gold Lantern Corps, right? So crazy stuff that's going to happen with this particular book. It's a $4 book, so it's no extra pages or anything like that, but man, very curious to see what happens there. All right, so if it sucks, I'm just dropping it. So it's like an experimental thing. All right, so next, coming in at number 10, and this book would probably be on the hot seat if it wasn't for Legion. This is Miles Morales' Spider-Man. This is issue 17. As it continues the tie-ins to the whole Outlawed event, I want to see what this book has to offer. I dropped off of it for a little while, and I want to see if I can get into the character again and see if the story actually means something, right? So, yeah, that's basically it. If I don't find myself interested in it, or if it doesn't lead into anything after Outlawed, I probably will wind up dropping it once again. So again, this book is $4, and it's written by Saladin Ahmed, and the artist is done by Carmen Nunez Carnero, if I said that correctly. Moving on, guys, to number 9. Now, this has been a solid book. Don't let the number of this ranking here deter you from buying this book. The only thing I think that it's pretty much lower on my list is because the writer is going to be leaving soon, and I'm kind of like depressed. It's almost like, why should I read the rest of the story when Robert Venditti is actually leaving? This is Justice League issue 46. It's been a great story. We had one that had to do with like Superman and what's his name? The Terminator Superman, I forget, Eradicator Superman, and then we get this one where we have a story that has to do with the Spectre. We wind up seeing that the host of the Spectre wound up leaving in the last issue. It was a really great and interesting issue. The artwork is gorgeous in this book. I think it's a wonderful read, and I think Robert Venditti had great plans when it came to this particular book, but he's got another project, and I still don't know what that project is, but until then, I am looking forward to seeing how his run ends here. All right, moving on to number 8, and number 8 goes to Black Cat issue 11. It's been a long time since I actually read this book. This one is written by Jed McKay. Artist is done by Carlos Avella, and it looks like she is teaming up with Tony Stark. I think that's the last we were supposed to get that particular story. Last I heard of it, and we just haven't read it yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this story is about, because the last issue she teamed up with Wolverine for 2 books, and now she's teaming up with Tony Stark. Is this the end, though, of the Black Cat series? Because I feel like when you do team-ups with every character, I feel like it's trying to force some sales. Or is this the next book that could possibly just move to the digital realm? And that's what kind of, Marvel has been doing with lower-selling books and miniseries lately. So I wonder if that book is headed down that path. We shall see. So that's number 8 on the list. Let's move on to number 7. This one goes to the Joker 80th anniversary, super spectacular. Listen, I love the Joker. This is not higher on my list because it's another anniversary issue. We get a lot of these anniversary issues this year from DC Comics, and I'm kind of tired of them. They're very expensive. You can't buy the covers that you want because they cost so much money. And, I'm looking forward to some of the stories that are in there. Maybe there's a main story that has to do with what's going on in Batman itself, or we're getting an origin story of Punchline or something like that. I don't even know, but nevertheless, it's just very expensive, and but I am looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens with it. There's all kinds of writers attached to it: Paul Dini, Brian Azzarello, Dennis O'Neil, Scott Snyder, Tom Taylor, James Tynion IV. They're all attached to this book. So we'll see what all these great writers have in store for Mr. Joker. All right, so moving on to number 6, and this is a big question mark. I have a couple places saying that this is coming out. There's another place that doesn't even have it registered, so this might not even come out. Again, all these comics are still subject to change on their release dates because of the delays in shipping and whatnot, but this goes to Dead Eyes issue number 5. The first story arc of this series was absolutely brilliant, and now we're getting the second story arc after the break, and I can't wait to see this vigilante, this bad guy who's kind of turned things around and tried to save his wife from being sick, and he's trying to get one last score, and he's trying to steal certain things like this painting and all this kinds of other stuff. It's a great read, and if you guys have not read the first story arc of Dead Eyes, I definitely recommend it. You can probably get it in trade now and get on board with this. This is a great read. I don't underestimate this, but I'm not sure if this is 100% coming out this particular week, so we'll find out. All right, next. Coming in at number 5, this goes to Something is Killing the Children. This is issue 7. James Tynion IV and Werther Del Andra is the creative team for this. Now, Tynion has done a great job with this particular series. And I read the first trade during lockdown, and I still have to read issue 6, so I'm going to have to find this online and read this particular issue 6 of this series. But yeah, there's all these monsters that only the kid can see, if I remember correctly, and the adult can't see it, and our monster hunter by the name of Erica Slaughter is like injected one of the humans to save his life to see this particular monster. It's such a weird book, but it's so well written. The artwork is definitely out there. It's creepy. It's a horrific book. I definitely recommend it if you haven't read that first trade in issue 6. I'm going to go, like I said, and read it. And this book is $4. Go out there and buy it, guys. All right, next, coming in at number 4. Now, this is not number 1 for a reason, okay? And this is Batman. This is issue 92. We have been waiting for this book for eons, and I feel like because of COVID and the delays of all the books, we know that this book has been coming out. We know that Punchline is coming out, and it's just kind of lost its hype, right? It lost its momentum when Punchline was first announced. So yeah, Batman has been crazy. Highly anticipated book, yes, but it has lost its momentum. We'll see what happens with it. I know it will be good. Batman has been a great series since Tynion IV has taken it over. Flipped it 180 since Tom King. So yes, Batman issue number 92. It's coming out, but there's stuff I'm anticipating even more. All right, next, coming in at number 3, this goes to Stealth. Do you guys remember Stealth? Long time ago, like 4 months ago. This is issue 2 of 6. This is that book from Image Comics that was released when we had a character who you thought was this good guy, and he's doing good in the world by stopping all the bad guys. And you thought that he's dealing with his father who has some type of Alzheimer's disease and whatever it is. But, spoiler warning, you did not know that the person that was in the suit wasn't the son. It was the man, the father, who had Alzheimer's, and he's doing all bad things to good people, and he just sees them as bad people. Crazy twist at the end of that first issue. So curious to see how this story continues to develop. I'm kind of upset. It's only 6 issues, but I don't know with a story like this how you could actually make it longer. So I'm just going to enjoy the ride while it's out. I think this is going to be a great book. If you haven't read that first issue, go out there and read it. Overall, it's a great book. You have to read it to appreciate it. All right, webheads. So moving on to number 2, and this is because of your guys' recommendation. This goes to Daredevil issue 20. That's right, guys. Now, I can't give it that number 1 spot yet because I'm not quite caught up with Daredevil. I'm on issue 14 right now, and I've read these first 13 issues within a week, and I've been enjoying the hell out of this series. I love how Matt Murdock is out of touch with himself. He doesn't know how to be Daredevil anymore. He's trying to train with Elektra to get back in the swing of things. We have a Kingpin who has gone soft. He's trying to go straight arrow, and it's kind of backfired on him. It's just an amazing story. Chiquetto's artwork is amazing. I think Chip Zdarsky has hit his stride when it's come to this story. Everyone recommended this to me. I was like, no, because I'm not a really big Daredevil fan. But after reading this run so far, I am a huge Daredevil fan as of right now. I do like this better than Mark Waid's run because I feel like he knows how to really write Daredevil based off his religion, how to be a hero, how to deal with, the bad guys on the street, how to write Kingpin, and how he still goes through his emotional issues since he was a kid. Just wonderful writing here and great artwork when Chiquetto does do the artwork. He's not always on it. He's on like every other story arc. So check this one out if you haven't yet. So I will be caught up by the time this book is released. All right. And last but not least, webheads, my number 1 book goes to Deceased, Dead Planet, issue 1, my most anticipated. I can't wait. We read Deceased. We read Deceased Unkillables. Now we get Dead Planet. This is issue 1 by Tom Taylor, and it has to do with, again, whatever's going on with our heroes right now and how they're, I guess, maybe dealing with Earth, with the heroes that are left over. And maybe we get to see a little bit of what's going on with our heroes that went to the different Earth. I don't know what to expect, but this is going to be a great book. I just know it. I love Tom Taylor's writing. It's wonderful. It's gross, and of course I'm a zombie guy, so I like all these types of books. But basically, he can do whatever he wants when it comes to DC's Dead Planet. It's like any character can die, any character can be a zombie. It's just like he can play in that sandbox and just do whatever he wants. And I think that's what makes this book so spectacular. It's like the same thing with Injustice when he wrote that. He can kind of do whatever he wants, right? So great stuff here. Looking forward to it. The price of this first issue is going to be $5. So go ahead and pick that up. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics for June 10th. Hopefully this will help you make decisions on what comics to buy. And guys, here are some of my other content if you like it. And until next time, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And guys, please be safe and take care. Bye.